A Josh Giddey contract extension is imminent as a report has revealed a huge update on the situation between the Bulls star and Arturas Karnisovas and the Bulls front office, with multiple outside players being implicated in this entire situation in regards to Josh Giddey, the money he wants, and exactly what he wants from the Chicago Bulls moving forwards, and what the Bulls want from Josh Giddey moving forwards, and how much they're willing to pay him. As we all know, the Bulls did offer that contract to Josh Giddey at the beginning of the offseason for $20 million per year, one that Giddey denied and has not even had second thoughts on. And we are going to discuss all this, the new update, where everything is going, and when Josh Giddey will be back with the Chicago Bulls officially for the long term. But guys, before we do that, if you're part of that 76% that's not subscribed to Bulls Digest, make sure to subscribe for daily Chicago Bulls updates. We have a lot of stuff coming out right now, and with the Josh Giddey situation, things are really starting to heat up. So you want to make sure to be subscribed and have those post notifications on so you do not miss a single Bulls update. All that being said, let's jump into the video. There is a lot to go over on the Chicago Bulls right now, and specifically this man right here, Josh Giddey. Josh Giddey was traded for Alex Caruso, as we all know, and at first that trade looked horrible for the Bulls, as Giddey had a really rough start, but then got things going in an incredible way, and since then he has not looked back. Josh Giddey has been an awesome player for the Bulls after Zach Lavine got traded, and once he got to really dominate the ball, be that lead guard, and it really turned everything around for his season and for the way that the Bulls look at him. Now, all that being said, that slow start has been part of the reason why Arturas Karnisovas and the Bulls have been a little bit on the fence about paying Giddey what he's asking for. Given Josh Giddey's asking for $30 million, and the Bulls are well aware that Giddey has no leverage in this situation because there's no one else to really offer him that contract, except for the Brooklyn Nets, who don't even have $30 million to offer, making things a little bit difficult for Giddey, who's asking for that price. And to threaten to take the qualifying offer, which is a lot less than being an unrestricted free agent in 1 year and having that 1 year deal where if you get injured or play poorly, you really messed up your money. It is a super big risk to die on the hill of $30 million. Now, it was mentioned by Bleacher Report that writing for the Steinline, NBA insider Jake Fisher divulged that the Chicago Bulls have offered Josh Giddey a 4-year deal in the neighborhood of $80 million. The 22-year-old, however, continues to seek $30 million per season. Meeting in the middle feels fait accompli. Now, on top of that, Bleacher Report also mentioned that the 22-year-old does not have another suitor dangling the money that he wants, and we'd have heard about that by now if he did. Now, while that gives the Bulls a ton of leverage, they're not about to squeeze their young floor general to the point that he signs his qualifying offer and heads into unrestricted free agency next summer. Bet on this ending with a 4-year deal that sees Chicago come up a little bit and Giddey moving off his initial asking exchange for flexibility at the end of the deal. Now, here's the thing here that we do have to be well aware of. This was mentioned in a video or in an article on Bleacher Report that was predicting what was going to happen with these restricted free agents. And as it was predicted here, Josh Giddey re-signs with the Bulls on a 4-year, $96 million deal with a player option on the final season. Guys, I'm just going to say this right now. If you are a Chicago Bulls fan, yeah, you watching this video right now, and if you're not, thanks for watching. I don't really know what you're doing here, but that's awesome. Thank you so much. But you take that. I would, yes, absolutely, that is a deal you do. $96 million, 4 years, that is money that we take. That's, what, 23.5 per year around? Yeah, it's around 23.5 per year. It's not even that much. That's around that. It's around $23.5 million per year. I was never good at math, guys. I was a business major, but now I'm a YouTuber, so I'm really using that sports management degree to its best abilities. So when it comes down to it, it really becomes that situation. I cracked myself up and threw myself off, guys. But Josh Giddey was phenomenal once he got the ball in his hands. And there's no reason to believe that he can't keep doing this. I mean, Giddey, after the All-Star break, averaged 21 points per game in the 19 games that he appeared in, had 10.7 rebounds and 9.3 assists. He was averaging a near triple-double while shooting 50% from the field, 45.7% from three, and 81% from the free throw line. Now, again, I'm not great at math, so I can't average that out and figure out the true shooting off that, but I can tell you one thing, it's good. So that's what really matters here. Josh Giddey was phenomenal in the second half of the season post All-Star break. He balled out, was the best player on the Chicago Bulls, and also was putting up 21 points per game while Vooch was still there doing his thing, putting up around 18 points, and also while Kobe White went nuclear in the second half of the season and was putting up 24.5 points per game. So it's not like he was the only guy shooting the ball. No, I mean, he has the 9.3 assists to show. He was just doing it all because that's who he is as a player. He finally was able to be unleashed for the first time in his career, and great things happened. Now, when it comes to where things are at, Josh Giddey wants similar money to Immanuel Quickley and Jalen Suggs. Now, Quickley, he's on a very big deal for himself right now. He got that 5-year, $162.5 million contract after he got traded from the Knicks to the Raptors, and has been a solid performer for the Raptors. We'll go over his stats in a moment. He's on the second year of that deal now. He's got 4 more years with it on a flat-rated contract, so it's not increasing to the salary cap at all, and actually the percentage, and that does mean that the percentage of the salary cap goes down that's being used on that Immanuel Quickley contract. Honestly, where point guards are at right now, it's not the worst contract in the world, but I am going to say, it's not like I know a bunch of NBA players. The only NBA player I actually know personally who knows me is Immanuel Quickley, because we used to play NBA 2K25 together for a bit. I'm a little bit biased towards him for that reason, because I want to see him get his money. I could see why some people are going to call that an overpay, though. It's the one guy I do actually hold active bias towards. And then when it also comes down to it, we then look at Jalen Suggs' deal. And Jalen Suggs, I mean, he's on a depreciating contract. It's on a front-loaded deal. So the most money he's getting paid is this season, where he gets $35 million. And then things go down to 26 in the following, or in the final 2029-2030 season of that deal. He's on a 5-year, $150 million deal. So not the same amount that Immanuel Quickley is on, but on a similar amount. And when you look at the numbers of all these guys, I'm going to be honest, Josh Giddey's better than both of them. Like, if we're being real. Now, there's a lot to talk about. In Bleacher Report, they made a correct prediction, I would say. Giddey on the season put up 14.6 points per game, 8.1 rebounds, and 7 assists. He shot 46% from the field and 38% from 3. Usually this would get you a little bit more than $96 million, especially after you see what he did in the second half of the year. But there's nobody to outbid the Bulls. So the Bulls are only bidding against Josh Giddey and themselves. So it makes it a lot easier for them to not overpay and to, if anything, underpay. Now, when it comes to Quickley, he definitely did have a good season. He's had some injury concerns since he got with the Raptors, and had a couple injuries with the Knicks as well, but was mainly healthier there, and since he's gotten to the Raptors, he's dealt with a couple injuries. But last year he was good, don't get me wrong. He put up 17.1 points per game, 3.5 rebounds, 6 assists. He's a solid defender, shot 42% from the field, 38% from 3. He's a very solid player. So when it comes down to it, he's the Raptors starting point guard who was 24 years old at the time of signing a contract. So it does make sense why he got the contract he got, and I think it's going to end up being a lot more than Giddey's because of the situations where Quickley could have walked and someone would have paid him that, because this potential he really showed with the Raptors after getting traded and becoming a starting point guard. And then when it comes down to it, you look at a guy like Jalen Suggs. Suggs put up 16 points per game, 4 rebounds, and 4 assists. He's also one of the best defenders, one of the best on-ball defenders in the NBA. So it does kind of make you understand, oh yeah, the shooting numbers aren't great, but he's one of the best defending guards in the league right now. Getting a block per game at 6'5", getting 1.5 steals per game. His chase down blocks are awesome. He shot 42.9% on quarter threes. And, I mean, obviously those numbers in an ideal world are going to go up. But right now, you do look at Suggs as an elite defender who could score the ball when going downhill, and a solid playmaker as well. Can kind of play the 1 or the 2 as well, so it makes him a little bit versatile. And again, all these things you could say about Giddey, but here's the thing. At the end of the day, this is where we're at right now. So it does make kind of an interesting topic of conversation. Now, here's the rankings of full contract where guys are getting paid. If Josh Giddey gets that deal, obviously it becomes very interesting to look at these guys, because he would mesh in somewhere around here when it comes down to it. But even this, you look at these contracts, and is he really as good as some of these guys? Yes, absolutely. There's guys on this list he's better than. Quickley's one of them. DeJounte Murray, as of last year, Giddey's been better than. Kyrie Irving's obviously great, don't get me wrong, but he's injured right now, so he's a little bit hard to gauge. Drew Holiday's getting older right now. That contract's not starting to look as good. It made sense for the Celtics at the time. And then there's a guy like Jalen Brunson, who honestly makes fairly similar money to what Giddey wants. That's kind of exactly the deal that Josh Giddey wants. Giddey wants somewhere between that Jalen Brunson and that Drew Holiday contract. And, as great as Josh Giddey is. Jalen Brunson, Chicago native, did put up 26 points per game last year, 7 assists, 3 rebounds, shot 38% from the field and 49%, or 38% from 3 and 49% from the field. He was excellent last year, all-star starter, led the Knicks to the Eastern Conference Finals. So it becomes one of those situations where you look at everything, and I don't think Giddey's getting that money because the names we see on that list, like we just look at this list of names again, it's kind of tough to be like, all right, Josh, we'll give you this money that sandwiches you between Jalen Brunson and Drew Holiday and keeps you over Kyrie Irving and right under Luka Doncic. Like, it's just, he's not going to get that. And that's good for the Bulls because then there's going to be more money to spend in free agency next offseason. And that's what you want to see. And I do think Giddey will give in and get around that $96 million. Also wouldn't be shocked if it's exactly 4 years, $100 million flat rated. So he just gets 25 per year and does get that complete massive deal that he wants, that $100 million contract that he wants. So I wouldn't be shocked if he ends up getting that, the 9-figure deal. And if he does, I'm completely fine with paying Josh Giddey $25 million per year. I have no problem doing that. He's the future of this team when it comes to the guards, and we know Kobe White's probably getting traded. So I'm down to do it. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. Like this video, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Have a great day. I will catch you later.